Speaking of Jeff Bezos, sticking with Jeff Bezos, he's got some words for Biden, I guess.
Okay.
Calls out Joe. Well, if you're on Fox Business, they're going to say he calls out Joe Biden because you're on Fox Business.
Right.
But I guess he kind of did. Straight misdirection or deep misunderstanding. I don't know if you've been following this gas price thing, but like, it's all about gas prices right now. Have you bought any gas recently?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're damn right you have.
All-time high.
You're damn right you have. Yeah, listen. It's one of those things that affects everybody. It's like the weather. Although, if I'm talking to a person who owns a Tesla, I'm like, wait a sec. No, you might. Well, maybe you're not affected. I mean, most people around here have a Tesla. They still have another gas car or something like that. A lot of people. So people are still there's a general awareness. You drive past these signs. It's an indicator. Inflation. You can't avoid these topics regardless. But anyway, Biden put a tweet out. I guess he was, well, I'll just read it. My message to the companies running gas stations and setting prices at the pump. This is a time of war and global peril. Bring down the price you are charging at the pump to reflect the cost you're paying for the product, and do it now.
Wow.
That was Biden's tweet.
Very direct.
And do it now. And he says to reflect the cost you're paying for the product. So I assume he's saying to sell it at cost? Like no profit? Like just give up profits completely? Well, Bezos replied, ouch, period. This is also on Twitter, publicly replied. Inflation is far too important a problem for the White House to keep making statements like this. It's either straight ahead misdirection or a deep misunderstanding of basic market dynamics. He's saying this is more complicated than that. He's saying, I run Amazon. It's harder. You can't just turn down the... No, I mean, misdirection, like he's almost implying there, and I know he gave the two options, but he's implying that the oversimplification could serve him well politically, in that people can stop blaming him for gas prices. It's become just such a topic. Everybody wants to point the finger at somebody when they see the price tag after they've done put the pump back. They see the price tag. They want to point at somebody. Bezos is like, don't point at me. Biden's like, don't point at me. Exxon Mobil executives like, don't point at me. Everybody's got somebody to blame, right?
It's nice how they talk to each other. The dynamics on Twitter.
It's all, what is that called? Quote tweets. It's all quote tweets. It's not the first time actually that he's criticized Biden either. So billionaires are becoming more politically involved, opinionated. Elon goes at Biden often. Bezos now going at Biden relatively often. What else did I want to say about this? Yes, so there were a couple of other people who had followed up. I clicked on the original tweet. There was many people who had agreed with... Oh, here we go. Yeah, there's a follow-up. They understandably want to muddy the topic. They know inflation hurts the neediest most. Unions aren't causing inflation, and neither are wealthy people. He went into a little bit more depth on how inflation occurs and how complicated a topic it actually is, and it's not any one thing specifically. But it is an interesting conversation around who it does hurt, and you and I have talked about this before. It's like, if you've got plenty of money, are you really paying attention to gas prices as much as somebody who is barely paying their bills? Like that person driving around to work and whatever else and just sees less in the account at the end of the month, they are for sure much more affected as the representation, the share of the overall income for that month is more heavily represented in gas prices or inflation elsewhere at the supermarket and so forth.
It all trickles down.
So definitely complicated topic, but Bezos and Biden seem to be divided on that.